because Rhode Island is the way we are, and because we are so tightly connected and so interconnected, we wanted to have a session on this day to specifically talk to some of the partners who can help you get ready, as Ben was saying, help you get ready for Cleantech Open, or after you finish the Cleantech Open, help you kind of find that next step. There's no wrong way to enter the Rhode Island innovation ecosystem. And so we did gather together a couple of members from that Rhode Island innovation ecosystem: Annette Tonti, Mary Johnson, Taylor Witkin, and Will Cotta, to kind of talk through some of the opportunities and ways that their organizations can support you as you kind of think through your next moves to launch your clean tech position. So I am going to stop sharing and allow our intern, Evelyn, to share her screen. And then we're going to ask each of those 4 representatives to share about 2 minutes or so on their organization and how their organization can support. And then we will move on to what I think will be everybody's favorite portion of the day, the minute pitch competition. So I believe first we have Will Cotta up. So Will, if you want to introduce yourself and share what you have happening, we can get that started.
Absolutely. So I'm Will Cotta. I'm from Rhode Island Commerce Corporation. Rhode Island Commerce Corporation is the economic development agency for the state of Rhode Island. My specific role is on building our offshore wind supply chain, but I have a lot of interest in just clean tech in general. And then I spent 9 years in the Coast Guard. So anything in the maritime space as well is definitely interesting to me. I think for this target audience, the best way to talk about it is what services we can provide. And you really break those down to 3 buckets. There's grants, financing, and matchmaking. And so some of the earlier presenters were talking about really understanding, your business model, your business canvas. I think that's an excellent exercise of really understanding where you fit in this environment. And then once you start to identify those needs of what kind of financing do you need to, build a manufacturing facility, or are you going to contract it out? Do you need money for an R&D project? That's where we can start to talk about specific programs. So I would definitely encourage people to participate in this program, really scope out your needs, and then we might be an organization that can help you with some of that. And so there's a lot up there, but broadly we fund innovation grants, renewable energy fund. If you get an SBIR, STTR grant from the government, then we'll provide some matching grants. There's some bigger stuff in the financing pool as well, if you're going to build a manufacturing facility or just even small business loans. And then on the far right side, you'll see matchmaking. So there's a lot of great organizations in the state. And I remember somebody was asking, who should you go talk to first? And I would just say anyone go talk to them. And a lot of us, it's a small state, we have networks and we can direct you the right one. So if you're setting up a manufacturing facility, Polaris MEP, there's federal procurement aid. And then when it gets to hiring, and it's great to hear Ben talking about hiring, that's what we love to see. We can help with that as well. And then DLT has money for training programs as well. So we're really here to support your business as you grow. And once you kind of scope out those needs, definitely give us a call. Let me know. My contact info should be on the bottom there.
Thank you, Will. That was fantastic. If we want, Annette, would you be ready to go?
I am ready. Hey, everybody. Hi, I'm Annette Tonti. I'm the Managing Director of RIHub. And many of you might have heard of us, although we kind of are the new kid on the block, I would say. We're the first innovation campus. We are a sister brother to 401 TechBridge, which is also an innovation campus. So what do we do? We actually are a bit known because of Mass Challenge. Mass Challenge runs under RIHub. And just to put a little note in there, Mass Challenge is also in its application moment, but of course we don't want to take your attention away from the clean tech. So what do? We offer a space to meet. We offer incubation space for up to 6 months for free. We offer venture mentoring services, which is out of MIT. It's a very well-heeled mentoring capability that we have. It's ongoing as long as you need it. It's unbiased advice. We also run a number of programs. So beyond Mass Challenge, there's also IBM Alpha Zone. We're connected to them deeply. They're actually running for us mostly out of Israel. And we also run customer discovery. So earlier, somebody mentioned, what it's like to actually do customer discovery. We'll help you up front and center and do it, on a personal level. Every other month, we run a program that runs about 4 weeks. We run pitch scrubs. We're actually going to be running a major blockchain summit later this year. And our goal is to, of course, help collisions to happen between the high-tech folks and the entrepreneurs, those that are business people. We also support our universities. We are, by the way, supported by IBM, Mass Challenge, University of Rhode Island, Brown University, as well as Arizona State University. We are the entity that started, Startup Weekend, and this year we're looking to create Startup Week, which will happen towards the end of the year. Really a celebration of all entrepreneurship. And we are here to connect you with anybody you need, from whether it be people to hire, co-founders, investors, corporations who are interested in all innovation. And those corporations and investors may not be in Rhode Island. So we love the network of networks, and our goal is to create Rhode Island from maybe a little bit more from the outside in and bring the networks here to help all of us. I, by the way, am a 3-time founder of a high-tech companies. So thank you for your time, and reach out to myself or any of us at any time. Thank you.
Thank you, Annette. That was fantastic. Now, Taylor, if you'd like to introduce SeaAhead, and please tell Evelyn when to advance the slide too.
Okay, thanks, Amy. My name's Taylor Witkin. I'm the program manager at SeaAhead for a Bluetech startup platform located at the Cambridge Innovation Center, operating both out of Boston and Providence. We support startups that are seeking a community that has a positive, sustainable impact on the ocean. And my role is really to help startups find mentors, resources like grants, talent, testing facilities, and connecting them with our institutional and corporate partners. In Rhode Island, we're really excited about our new partnership with Ørsted, which sits next to us at CIC Providence, in CIC Providence, and will help us engage more in the offshore wind sector. Also specific to Rhode Island, we're currently running the Blue Green Innovation Challenge. We've got 8 teams of students that are developing solutions at the energy, food, urban community, and coastal nexus that we really hope will spark continued engagement from our partners and other Rhode Island stakeholders after the competition is over. And we also hope that this challenge could be a good entry point for students into the Cleantech Open. We've got a couple, there's one working on hydrogen fuel cells for ports that we're encouraging to apply. And we're also working with other startups that have come from the Cleantech Open, like Manifold Robotics and T Omega Wind. SeaAhead also runs the Blue Swell Incubator out of Boston, which is a 20-week curriculum that gets companies on the path toward commercialization. Comes with a $35,000 non-dilutive grant, mentorship, connections to potential customers, partners, investors, and just this great innovation ecosystem that's developed in the Northeast. And our demo day is coming up on March 31st, so please join us for that. We also facilitate ocean-centric investments through the Blue Angels Investment Group. So if you're a pre-seed or seed stage company looking to raise, we'd love to hear from you. If you go to the next slide. So our members really operate across a wide range of ocean verticals while we work to break historical silos. We see a lot of enabling technologies that can have an impact in a bunch of different spaces. There's a lot that fits into the Bluetech mandate and also a lot of overlap with the clean tech sector in terms of both technologies and challenges that are being addressed. There are a lot of technologies that start out on land that can be adapted to or are already a good fit for the ocean. So if you want to learn more about the Bluetech ecosystem and how you might fit in, please get in touch with us. And I'll leave it there. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Chris. Or sorry, Taylor. Last, but certainly not least, we have Mary with 401 Tech Bridge.
Hi, everyone. So 401 TechBridge helps companies from startup to established companies that are developing materials or technology for Bluetech or wind, the DoD and other areas, so that we have a lot of overlap in Cleantech. We're actually working with both Flux Marine and just signed an MOU with textile materials. So we're excited about that. Our niche is that we really partner with universities, the Navy, other government entities to help accelerate the advancement of materials and technologies. So what that means for you is that if your startup is developing a thing that is like Flux Marine's motor or the textiles application, and you need a space and equipment to do prototyping and testing and validation, we can help with that. So as an example, when Flux Marine was working at the Autodesk space outside of Boston, when COVID hit, and I think it was either Thorne or it was Rimta who suggested, or maybe it was both, suggested that they contact us because they knew that we were establishing lab space in Portsmouth, Rhode Island. Our lab space isn't open yet, but we said, well, we think that we can connect you with IRIS, the School for Technology and Trades in Newport, and they have the equipment that you need. So we were able to connect the two of them and develop a little bit of a funding support to support IRIS to do some work with Flux Marine to help them make sure that they got their prototypes out on time for their first customer. So we help fill a lot of those gaps with companies. Also, if you have a product or an application that you may be looking at what business, what markets you should be in, and it might have a DoD or a Navy application, we can help you identify that technology that might have an application and make introductions to you into Navy programs. We are the partner intermediary for the Northeast Tech Ridge for the Naval Undersea Warfare Center in Newport, and are helping them identify technology. So that's another way that we can help you navigate really complex and difficult relationships to open some doors to get your technology looked at to see if it's appropriate, because it may have a use in a dual use or a government use that you haven't really thought of yet because you're pursuing one single pathway. So we help you find additional pathways. Finally, we can help connect you into university labs and federal labs, whether that's because you need help with R&D and there's testing and validation equipment available at the university, or if you're missing a piece to make sure that your product or application moves forward, you might be able to commercialize that IP from the university or from a federal lab or from the Navy and integrate it into your product offerings. So I think, as everyone has said, we consider ourselves super connectors within this vast ecosystem for innovation. Whatever door you open first within the ecosystem, we all connect each other. We're not competitive with each other. We're all very helpful to say, no, you're not quite a fit for us, but you're a great fit for Annette, or you're a great connection for SeaAhead. And we do make those introductions. So never hesitate to reach out if you have questions or if you think you might need support with something. And that's it for me.
Mary, that was perfect, because I did want to end with one question for the four of you. And, you know, we talked a lot in our prep call for everybody that's on about how easy it is to enter the Rhode Island innovation ecosystem, because you can enter it through any member, any person. You can always just show up at District Hall one day and we'll make the connections you need. However, for all four of you, Taylor, Mary, William, and Annette, if you want to just kind of share who you're looking for to support in like 12 seconds or less. So it could be like, you know, startups ready for funding, or what, you know, if you have like just a very quick, that will also help Toonie and I as we start to refer people or continue to refer people to you. So if there's anything that's like top and key, I'm going to go Taylor, Mary, William, and then Annette. So if you want to just kind of shout them out in that direction. I'm sorry to pick on you, Taylor.
No worries. Yeah, I mean, startups looking for funding is an easy one, but even before that, helping prepare startups to get to a point where they're ready to pitch, you know, to our angel group or other investors.
And we are startups or established businesses who are working in advanced materials and technologies or have needs to prototype or push forward their technology.
Yeah, I'll just say probably after they go through SeaAhead or a Cleantech Open or Mass Challenge, something like that, and have your pitch down. Anything we do has to go before our board, so make sure you have your pitch down before we try and bring you there.
Great, and I'll say for RIHub, we are here very specifically for companies that are high potential growth and scale. Usually those are in science and technology, but not always. We do see some food, etc. But that is really our lane, and we'll take them anywhere along the lane. Venture Cafe, District Hall has been great about sending people our way. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you to the 4 of you for joining us today. We always like to make sure that we can spread the word about the good work you're doing as far and wide as we can. With that, we are going to work on our final segment, which is the minute pitch. And I'm going to just share my screen really quickly to showcase what we're looking for.